And it's a new day. Unfortunately, we can't start much earlier than this, so we'll see what all we can do. But hopefully, we're hoping today that we can, get a letter from the museum. This is great. Now we can send fossils to the museum. We got a letter from home. Wonderful. Love you, Mom. A letter from Tom Nook. There's a sale tomorrow at 7 p.m. Alright, and we also got an extremely rare shipment of items. Alright, so first things first, let's send out all these stupid fossils. Alright, we can also find something buried in one of the A acres, so that's fun. I forgot, when I was a kid, I used to, like, archive the letters, because you can go to the post office and you can, like, store them. And I used to do that. But I don't do that anymore. I'm just gonna throw them away. I don't need to keep those. And I have to mail them one by one, huh? Awesome. Gosh, we really put up with a lot back in the day, didn't we? Oh, also, I think since we completed, that's like a special cutscene that if you actually fill out all of the slots for the mail, they'll actually send them out. Yeah, I don't know. That's how it works. Pretty cool, actually. You get to see Pete. That's like the only time you ever see Pete. All right. Honestly, the worst thing we could probably get here is like maybe actually, even getting another shovel wouldn't be that bad. See, this tree's gonna die. I thought so, because it's right next to the wall. But if we get another shovel, we can get a golden shovel, which is, something at the very least. It's not much, but I prefer like a fishing rod or a bug net, or an axe even. Oh, that's right. Happy Room Academy, I forgot. I didn't even get that. I kind of assumed they would just send me a letter, Leave it to me. Okay, well, actually, we need more money to get the net. But if we get the net, there's some stuff we can catch, which is cool. Alright, well, it was a pitfall. I think they buried a pitfall. I'm like, I cannot for the life of me find whatever this was, but I definitely just fell into a pitfall. Which, did they even put pitfalls in the new one? I forgot about those, but they're a thing. You can just bury a pitfall, and then if somebody walks over it, they just fall and die. Alright, we got the net. With the net, we can now catch some bugs. So this is cool. It's the beginning of our bug collection. Actually, we are in the summer months, which is when most of the bugs are actually out, so we should be able to hopefully start filling out our list here. I'm only going to count stuff I specifically donated to the museum, so that's kind of our goal, not just to catch them. Because even if we catch them, it'll show up, like, in this menu, but we want to deliver them all to the museum. So I want to make sure I don't not do that. I want to make sure I do that. But I've only found one of the fossils for today as well, so we need to search for more of those. Well, there's Blair. She doesn't like my song. What the hell? You don't like my song? I put so much work into that. There's a mosquito. God dang it, that's so unfair. I was talking to my friend Blair, and a mosquito bit me. Kind of cringe. I hear a cicada. I see Twiggy. Hey, Twiggy. Oh, another freaking mosquito, dude. They keep showing up while I'm talking to my friends. No, Carrie moves on just so long as they're really super hot cheapers. Hunkalicious. If there's one thing this town could use, it's lots of cuties cheapers. Oh, Twiggy's a girl. Oh, I thought Twiggy was a dude. Twiggy is a girl. It's lots of cuties cheapers. Tee hee hee. Got bit by another mosquito. You can tell because the color of their name is either pink or blue. And it's pink if they're a girl. Alright, we got a stupid mosquito. Oh, they clap for me. Thank you for clapping for me. I deserve it. Thank you for the claps. Oh, that was sneaky. There you go. I think that's all the fossils. I think it's just 3 per day. We will probably have to do the island at some point, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'll have to order a thing online probably. So I have no idea where mine is. Male mosquitoes can't suck blood. They survive by drinking plant nectar. Gross. Evidently, the female is the only vampiric one, and she only ingests blood for the protein she needs to lay eggs. That's weird. Mosquitoes are notorious. Well, I knew that. He also called them buggers, I think. Wow. Oh, I think that's the sound of a frog. I think I'm hearing a frog. It's not a bug, it's a frog. Okay, never mind. I've been thinking, like, I haven't seen any of those bugs. But it's a freaking frog, dude. That makes so much sense. I remember one time, well, I made a town a while back, you know, because like I said, I used to restart my towns over and over again. And basically one of the towns I did, for some reason, I decided I was going to create a character for each, like, museum thing. So I was like, I'm gonna create one that, like, sells that like catches bugs, and then I'm gonna have the other one catch fish. And I decided to do this, and I believe I quickly realized that it was so stupid and pointless that I didn't do it for very long. But for whatever reason, I did that. And I role-played it for, I don't know why. That's just something that I used to do, apparently. Was I played games, and I would just play out scenarios with characters. And, yeah, so that's my story. And I just thought of that. I just remembered that. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 shoot. Oh no. Come here. Come here, bro. Bro. Stop. This guy. This guy. Come on, man. How, come on. Hey. I can't. How is he this hard to get? Come on, man. There we go. Got him. I caught a pond skater. Let's go. I wanted to mention that I think my GameCube's battery died. I have to replace the battery on my GameCube because it actually didn't progress the time while the console was off. So I think it only progresses time while the console's actually powered on, which is pretty interesting. I didn't realize that's how it worked, but that's how it works, so that's cool. But yeah, I gotta replace it. It'll be fine, but I have to do it. This game looks phenomenal. Like, looks really good for, like, what it was, you know? Like, you know, when I was a kid, I'm like, yeah, this game looks good. This is a good cute looking game. It's got a nice aesthetic. But, like, just the lighting and the way it just looks so good. It's just such a good looking game. Holy crap! It's colorful. It's bright. It's nice. This is the first time I think I've ever played it in progressive scan mode as well, which is just like crazy, because progressive scan, I feel like it makes everything look like you remember it looking, if that makes sense. Obviously, I'm not playing this on a CRT, which I was when I was a kid. I played it on a CRT television. But right now, obviously, I'm playing it on a high-definition, 4K television. And it looks really good. Like, I just want to say that. It doesn't always transfer to the capture as well as it looks like on my screen. It probably won't look exactly the same on your screen, so keep that in mind. I didn't expect to find a 4th fossil. Alright, that's completely thrown off my theory of the 3 fossil a day. There might be more than that then. Not a huge deal, but, noted. Alright, we got a request from Blair. We gotta get something from Sally. And we know Sally, if she hasn't moved, is at the wishing well. Her house is right here, but we're gonna go find her over there. I've actually been thinking a lot about how I want to do more streams. I've been thinking particularly about the GameCube sort of. I don't know why, but I've really been into a certain type of YouTube video recently. Just sort of this, like, vibe video. I need to plug in my PC. I don't know. I guess I'll call it, like, the analog aesthetic. I don't know if it's just the aesthetic as much as it is just, like, videos that are about stuff that may not on the surface seem it, or it's just, like, particularly interesting to the person, like, making it. You know what I mean? It's hard to describe, but there's this YouTube creator, her name is Hazel, I believe, and she makes a lot of videos about, anime, but like really, really early anime, so like 90s anime, where they used to, you used to have to go to the video shop and just watch all this like obscure anime. The first video I watched from her, though, was about, basically called like Cozy Anime RPGs. So it was like a video about like a bunch of different RPGs, and a lot of them I hadn't even heard of. Some of them were Japanese exclusive. It was just such a particular like interest, that it really interested me, and it made me appreciate like Grandia more, especially because that was one of the games that was featured on it. And I was like, oh, it's just supposed to be cozy and chill, and, it's not supposed to change your life or anything. It's just a fun little cozy little game. And I'm like, yeah, it was that. It was that. That is what it was. I just didn't realize. Because, my thoughts on it were that it didn't really blow me away like I expected it to, but I liked it, but didn't really blow me away. I'm like, this isn't like great. It was good, but, and then I understand it now a little better. Then there's also this guy who makes videos, and it seems like he just started doing whatever ideas that he thought, and I think his vibe goes more like, It's more that aesthetic of, like, liminal space, you know what I mean? So you look at something like that, and you're like, there's something about this. There's something about this that's interesting, either unsettling or, like, comforting in a way, you know what I mean? Something about a liminal space. And so his videos are, like, basically that, but in relation to games. So he goes back and looks at, like, retro games, like Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and he'll do videos basically pointing attention to like areas or specific things in the game, whether it's like a texture or whether it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's skyboxes. He does videos about skyboxes. and just like points out little details in them that you wouldn't notice because they're just usually these things that you just kind of pass by and you don't really pay too much attention to them. So I thought that was like a really cool idea, and he started doing a bunch of videos about that, and they've just been really interesting. I don't know, I've really been vibing with those, and that's what I've been looking for more on YouTube recently. You know, it's just stuff like that just I find interesting. You know, and I think that's kind of what I'm trying to capture as well, is just try to do things that I find interesting to talk about, to show, to express. You know, that's kind of been my goal. I'm hoping I can get there, especially with my streams. I would love to do more stuff like that, but like I said, I was thinking of, here's where the thought came in initially, but I was thinking of doing a lot of like GameCube RPGs. There's a lot of GameCube RPGs that I didn't get a chance to play, but I remember a lot of advertisements, like Nintendo Power. I had a subscription to it, and you know, I used to read articles and stuff, and I remember one of the first issues that I got was advertising this game called Lost Kingdoms, and it was like a card-based RPG on the GameCube, and then I never played it. Like, you know, I've never played it, but it's like, it's one of those things where I didn't even think about it until I did my Nintendo Power video, and then it just sparked that memory. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this game. I've never heard anybody talk about this game. This like card-based RPG on the GameCube, and it makes you think, you know, how many games are out there that are just waiting, you know, to be played, to be experienced, to be talked about. That's sort of exactly the type of thing I would love to play. I think on a stream or something. It's partly what I was hoping to capture with the Bionicle game as well. It's just a particularly early 2000s retro nostalgia sort of thing. I'm like, nobody else is gonna be interested. Like, this is a crapshoot if anybody watches this. But I started playing it, and yeah, well, the reason I did a stream, I was actually just gonna make a video about it, and I still probably am gonna do that, but I need to get through that game first. I don't know if I'm going to stream the other Bionicle games, but I've sort of mentioned this already. I'm planning on, basically, I've been looking for Sally this whole time. If you've been wondering why I'm wandering around, I was looking specifically for Sally, because she wasn't at the well. I must have had, yeah, I just want to review all the Bionicle games, and then I'm hoping to make a decent video out of it, but, you know, I'm not particularly good at making videos just yet. I'm trying my best. I've been really happy with just the 2 videos I've done so far about just talking about shows and stuff. I feel like they've turned out super well because I haven't tried to like do too much with them. I've just tried to keep them really simple. Like, I'm just gonna talk about these games for like, or these shows for like 20 minutes, and there's only 1 or 2 episodes, you know, that I've watched that I'm going to talk about, so I don't try to overdo it by, like, talking about a whole entire show, which might take me way too long to talk about. Just trying to do, you know, that. So we got stationary, that's cool. I needed stationary anyways. So yeah, if you're wondering, I will be doing more videos like that. I still have to figure out, like, right now how to even do this video, because this is my first week, and I'm like, I'm thinking at the end of the week is when I'll probably, you know, put together a video and try to do it a weekly video if I need to, you know. If nothing really happens during the course of a week, then I don't need to do that, but 1 weekly episode should be good. The nature of this is going to make it really weird.